What lies beneath your feet? Sacred grounds, watered with tears of blood. Shall we begin? Shall we begin? Shall we begin?
Tells me he can get me out of this mess, but he's pretty sure you're fucked.
You got a loved one on the other side, on the spirit realm, that is actually waiting for these people to make a move on you. Somebody is watching somebody, okay? And they don't know they're being watched, okay? Somebody's watching somebody do something to you. I mean, they're not going to do shit to you, but you get what I'm saying. What's the Seven of Pentacles? This is part 2, all right? The world. Something is going to come to an end. Whatever somebody thought that they was going to do is going to come completely to an end. This cycle is over of somebody trying to figure out how to fucking come up with brand new ideas on how to sabotage you. Same old shit every fucking day. Nah, what's the world card? We're not doing that. No, we're not doing that. What's the world card? The world card, the King of Wands. Okay. What's the King of Wands? The King of Wands, the Hermit. Is that spirit. All right. It's that loved one. I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about. Somebody is watching on the other side. Somebody's watching over you, dude. And this could be as simple as God, okay? Whatever you believe in, my love. But somebody's protecting you from the other side, and they're letting you know that this is over. This is over. What's the Hermit? The Hermit. All right. 4 of Cups. Somebody's gonna be disappointed because they missed out on an opportunity. Somebody is trying to look into something because they feel like they missed out on an opportunity to do what? I told you, them people ain't gonna do shit. The Star, yeah, they have no hope. Somebody's lights is gonna be turned the fuck off too. Now take that how it resonates. All right. I feel like somebody's googly eyes trying to fuck with you, or whatever hope that they had on trying to sabotage you is coming completely to an end. I feel like somebody's drained too. Whoever these people are that I told you in the previous video, somebody's drained. Somebody's just simply, you know, they're going through it. What's the Star in reverse? The Star. Yeah. 3 of Pentacles in reverse. I cannot make this up. Whatever they thought that they were working on, whatever somebody thought that they was getting away with, all right? Whatever somebody thought that they was going to do to come up against you, you can forget about that plan. Why, though? Why? Like, this is giving me somebody trying to rub something in your face. Somebody's trying to act like, you know, I'm this, I'm that, and I can take this from you, and I can do whatever the fuck I want because I'm in. Yeah, you're going to lose that too. Everybody who is in it is going to lose. So be mindful. People got to be mindful who they come up against, man. They got to leave people the fuck alone. What's the 10 of Pentacles? I'm telling you, that's why you got to always move with a good heart. Because at the end of the day, I don't care what nobody says. God sees everything. And I'm going to say it again. What is this card? The Justice card. I cannot make this up. And this is going to be their karma, but this is going to be your justice. I cannot make this up, dude. This is going to be your justice because these people play with you constantly over and over and over. And it's not going. It's not happening. I'm sorry, darling, but it's just no. What's justice? No. Good is going to always win. And God don't like ugly. And he sure don't bless no mess. 4 of Pentacles, all right? And it came out in reverse, so somebody's going to have to let it go. What's the 4 of Pentacles in reverse? Somebody's going to have to let it go, my love. You can't hold on too long. Look, the Empress in reverse, it might be somebody who's bitter, okay? Or somebody try to, you know, strip you away from something to make you look a certain way again. All right, somebody's gonna have to let it go. You have a bitter individual in your life that just simply don't want to let the fuck go. 3 of Cups, to be honest, it's more than one individual. It's 3. Confirmation. Like somebody really thinks that they're gonna get away with it, and they're blocked. They completely blocked. 2 of Swords. God is not playing with these people. And it's like, I mean, it's not even about that. It's just law, man. If you a fucked up individual and you do shit to others that they simply don't fucking deserve, what makes you think you're gonna win in the situation? What makes you think shit gonna go your favor, my love? You know what I mean? Especially when you're doing it out of spite. Specifically that. You know, when you move out of spite, you get what I'm saying? When you move out of revenge, when you move with a bitter heart, when you move with ill intentions, you think you're gonna win? You really think you're gonna get your way? And I'm not talking to you, collective. I'm talking to the people who move like this. And you moving against somebody who don't have an ill heart, who don't have ill intentions, who don't have hasn't even spite you when they had the opportunity to, hasn't even took revenge when they could have. 717 in the clock as I'm saying this. You keep messing with somebody who is kind-hearted, somebody who been more understanding than anybody else, and you keep thinking you're gonna get away with this shit, man. No, on God, my bad, Lord, but for real, like, nah, no, absolutely not. No, I think the fuck not. What's the Two of Swords? I think the fuck not. What these people think? Yeah, stuck. Hangman. You're going to be stuck for the rest of your life. The more you do this shit, the more stuck you're going to remain, and the more fucked up the situation is going to be. I mean, you can't expect to win, and you out here trying to prey on other people's downfall, my love. Nah. What's the Hangman? It don't pay to be a bitter individual. It don't pay to be a fucked up individual, man. This is the Knight of Swords, so somebody's going to be mad. Knight of Swords also, you know, Knight of Swords in reverse, it can be somebody spiteful again, all I said, but at the same time, somebody's going to have to hit the brakes. All right? Because I don't know, maybe somebody's getting caught in something. What's the Knight of Swords? I'm telling you, like, people just keep playing with you, collective. What I just said, man, are you hearing it? Can you hear it in the background? Look at this. 8 of Swords. All right. If I'm lying, may God strike me down for real. Why people think God don't exist? Why people think karma don't exist? Why people think, like, why? Like, why? And why people think God is going to let you get away with some shit that you know is unfair and you know is fucked up, but you still want to, you still want to believe your own lies and your own whatever. You want everybody to just believe whatever the fuck you got to say. Some people just don't learn. What's the 8 of Swords? They're going to end up in jail or hell. Because what I just saw actually was, it wasn't an ambulance. It was firefighters. Okay? So somebody might end up in a situation where they're not going to even be able to physically do anything. All right? The same way that these people is trying to keep you in the dark, the same people that is trying to restrict you, they're going to end up being restricted some way, somehow. Because again, you get exactly what you put out. You got the Sun card. These people gonna get exposed. Trust me and believe when I tell you, all of this shit is gonna come out, and they gonna have to leave it the fuck alone. They won't have no choice but to walk the fuck away. Because at the end of the day, you are a star seed. You are God's chosen. You are God's favorite. You are God's baby, my love. You get what I'm saying? And your heart is not built like these individuals. Your heart is always looking out for other people who even did you wrong, bro. All right. And that's why God is going to uplift you. That's why God is going to bless you in front of these people. And that's why God is not playing about you, because he knows your heart and he knows the type of person that you are. And he knows everything that you have been doing behind closed doors when nobody's watching, the people that you have helped and the things that you have done for strangers that are not even your family, people that you don't even know. You don't even got to know a motherfucker to do for them. And that's why God is going to give you an abundance. That's why you're never going to lack. And that's why God is going to always be on your side. Stop playing with me, bro. What's the Sun card? What's the Sun card? Stop playing with me, man. I'm telling you right now, these people are going to be in the dark. They won't see the light. 4 of Wands. Okay. And yes, trust me, you have a whole community behind your back too, that is on your side as well. With the 4 of Wands upright, you got people who do care about you and who do love you and don't play around you, whether if it's in the spirit realm or whether if it's in the literal or whether if it's both. Okay. Trust me, your angels are not going to let you down. Believe me when I tell you, bro. They're going to have to walk away. They're going to have to leave it alone. Didn't I just told you that? With the 8 of Cups. 8 of Cups. Yeah. 7 of Swords, they're not going to get away with this shit. Somebody thinks that they're getting away with something, think twice. That's all that I got for y'all. Man, y'all have a blessed night. Y'all already know. I'm going to see you next time. Peace. I love you. Everybody loves you. You are enough. You matter. And continue to be the star that you are. Shine bright as a diamond. Okay? Peace.
Told you it doesn't matter what your name is. It doesn't matter what your sign says. Yeah, you're right. It doesn't matter who you are. about a shirtless man.
Welcome to the show. What's going on, everybody? Good to see you here on day 333 of the year. 33 days left after this one. It's manifestation day. It's another manifestation day. Like 11/11 is a manifestation day. You guys really got to get hip on spirituality, man. It's hard for my spiritual cats out there who understand it's a lonely road. It's a lonely road when you elevate, when you understand, especially if you're innately have abilities. And you just keep climbing the ladder. You just keep climbing up. And the same, we're going to talk about, we're talking about narcissism tonight. Talking about demonic narcissism, the demon infestation. We're talking about the illusionary manipulation powers of a con artist, someone who hates themselves and therefore hates everyone else and has to spew lies and regurgitate nonsense. But it's difficult. Like when you heal from that, you become a better version of yourself. Let me move this a little bit. When you become a better version of yourself and you heal and you elevate and you get rid of things that held you back before that you don't have in you anymore. Here it is. It's the same thing when you're on a spiritual path. Not everyone's on a spiritual path. Some people are on a religious path. Some people are on that atheist, agnostic path, which is fine. We're all destined to be on the paths we are meant to be on. And there's just like narcissism, you've got people out there who, they got your overts and your coverts. You got your malignants or your psycho narcissists, sociopath narcissists, narcopaths, those types. You have people out there who present that false face and they do it really well. There are some who do it really well. And some of them monetize that shit. They use their gifts, I guess, so to speak, being a fake ass motherfucker. But you got your spiritual narcissists out there too, who are actually demons in disguise, who work in dark forces, manipulation, illusion, not manifestation, not true manifestation, but people who con artists, man, they lie and manipulate in order to get what they want. And they just like all types of, habitual liars. They convince themselves that they're on a spiritual path. They're not. They're on a demonic path. And we're going to go over that tonight. Before we do, let me put these things away. I don't need these. Before we do, let's say hail to the chat. Because the last couple shows, I haven't really paid much attention to the chat, and I apologize for that. The chat is where it's at, and you guys are the ones who make the show go round and round. What is going on, CJH? Good to see you, dude. So there's a few good tarot readers out there. Some no longer stream and make me a little sad, but it is what it is. So strange, oddly enough. So you can learn things in every situation, brother. The freaking whatever she was that was sent into my life to love bomb me and create issues. She actually did teach me one or two things, and one of them is looking for messages through readers. TikTok is really good for that. You can do it on Instagram too, but TikTok, you can plug into a spiritual algorithm on TikTok. And so, if you are really interested in knowing something, concentrate on that. On what you're looking for and just flip through. The right one will catch your attention. What you're looking for in that moment will catch your attention. But don't allow your own delusions or your own grandiosity, what you're looking for. Oh my God, I got a haircut. To flip that. You'll know it. You'll know it in yourself, CJ. You'll feel it. What is up, Parrot Head? Good to see you, bro. Parrot Head, did you like what I sent you? I figured I only sent the copy of those messages to certain people. They were in Rogue Corps, and you were the only one outside of Rogue Corps that I sent that to. But I figured since you were one of the first ones to see or get hit with the initial smear campaign, that I would enlighten you as to what was going on. That was that not? Did you? I'm interested, Parrot Head. I'm interested. Did you think that I could pull that off? Do you think that I could pull that off? Because I did. And it's a beautiful way of. I don't want to get too much into it. I covered on my last live stream, guys. Mirroring the narco path. If you're interested in that topic, which it's a dark stream. I allowed my dark self to be present in that one. So, like, if you get easily triggered or whatnot, don't watch that until you're in a good headspace. If you're interested in that subject matter, yeah, dude, manipulated, lied back, played the part, did everything I had to do, lulled these fucking evil people into a sense of security. To where they were going to bite me again, and then kicked them with that boot right in their inner child. I'm actually really proud of everything that I did, and so that's why you got those, because you deserve that. I thought you deserved that one. Let's see. CJ says invited an ARC friend over for a movie. Why? And unless you have no choice. I'm not going to say trying to. Unless you have no choice but to slay the narc, to slay that goblin. There's no reason to invite anything like that into your life. Well, he definitely regretted it only because he proved why I didn't talk nonstop about politics, and the first thing he did was try and get out how he doesn't believe God. No, they don't believe in God. Well, first off, they lie to themselves. So he does believe in God. You see a lot of people like Satanism attached to narcissism. All right, you'll see like Satanism and narcissism go hand in hand. When I was young, I ran with some Satanists, but that's because I had narcissistic habits because of being raised in that environment. And it's weird. Like that's throughout my life. This is what I've noticed. So throughout my life, I've attracted a lot of narcissistic people or narcissists or actual narcissists because of that. They get confused, or they did get confused by that. But really, bro, they do believe in God. Absolutely, they do. They're working for the devil. Like they know innately, like somewhere down inside, they know. There is a very distorted, cracked, defeated, authentic self down deep inside. It's a part of their broken inner workings. And so they do understand. They know God exists. They know that light exists, and they know the devil. And I'm using Christian terminology, guys. I don't think it's that. I really don't think it's that cut and dry. But they do, and they work through those forces. They listen to the demons that they attract when they enact in evil ways, and they lie to people, and they manipulate people, and they seek to destroy others, and blame them for their own issues, and hurt other people, and then blame them and play the victim. They know they're working in those demonic cycles. They understand innately that they're doing evil, that they are evil. you know, it's fucking Narcopath when we were talking, showed me a picture of her and Rainbow Dragon, or a shadow of her and Rainbow Dragon, and there was a demon attached to her uterus, where I don't want to get too far into it, but there was a demonic infestation via pregnancy that had to be cut out because it was going to kill her, because that's what he's designed to do. As her karmic, he's designed to kill her, to destroy all light inside of her. And she had the opportunity, in my opinion, because I'm tied in with these karmics. This is past life. This is all past life. I don't want to say too much on it, but that's his design, is to destroy her and to fill her up with to make her susceptible to every challenge in her life that she had the chance to overcome and never did. And so that was a part of it. And part of that thing, part of the demon, the physical manifestation of that sickness was left in her. And it attaches to her sacral, to her root chakra. Because that's why narcissists, especially like sex addict narcissists, that's why they use sex as a way to create attachment and evil eye, because they screw up your root chakra. They scramble your chakra, your sacral. They scramble that part of you, and then keep you locked in that physical addiction, that sex addiction, that demonic cycle. It's all about attachments and creating attachments, the toxic attachments. But she never overcame that. She decided to keep going over and over and over and over back, which was the same thing that I was doing. My own journey in that was discovering that this person never loved me, never cared about me. I am their enemy. And this goes back to a past life, to something that may have ended me in a past life. But what I had to do this closing the door, I don't give a shit what you say, was closing that loop, ending that cycle. They do believe in God. They absolutely do. They understand they're evil and what they're doing. They understand everything about what they're doing. They know they're lying, even no matter how much they gaslight themselves. Deep down inside, underneath all the delusion and all the bullshit, they know they're lying to themselves. And it has to do with listening to those demons, listening to that demon part of them. So, yeah, and also narcissists, narcissist in a conversation is going to bring up anything that will piss you off, will create aggravation. They're looking to create aggravation. They're looking to create strife. They thrive on negative fuel. They thrive on deception and putting up a false face. So they want to create, like, politics. Politics, religion, like, those are two hot button issues to a lot of people. So, and spirituality too. So that was something that was used over and over to keep you rolling, brother. It is what it is. Let's see who else is in the chat. Yo, what is up, Papa? Papa, I'm sorry. I had to make sure you're legit, and you're legit. So I'm sorry about those messages, but you're legit. I 100% believe in you now. What is up, Zax? Good to see you, dude. Hail, brother. What is up, Monter? It's a crime-ridden city. Is it a crime-ridden city? I don't know. Some places are, bro. Some places are. Let's see. Let's not sugarcoat it. Narcs are very dangerous. Narcs can be dangerous. It depends on the type of narcissist. Let's be real about this, okay? If you're dealing with a psychopath, so people say malignant narcissist, all right? But it really, that's a psychopath. That's really just a psychopath. All cluster Bs have narcissistic traits. Every damn one of them. Borderlines being the ones that, depending on the level of their severity, can go to therapy and function. And to be fair, there are cases where people with psychopathy can, like, function and not be evil. Like, psychopaths don't act. They're on a higher plane. They're on a higher intellectual plane a lot of times, and so they can make the choice whether or not to be evil. Really, but they do think differently and they do see things differently, and that is just the way that their brain chemistry is put together. But narcissists are only as dangerous as you let them be. And if you are a person, if you're a light person, if you're a younger soul, or if you're just a person who lives in the light, no contact is the best way to go, and just move on about it. Even if they're going to throw stuff at you, because karma is going to happen. I don't understand why people don't believe in karma and dharma. I don't know. And maybe it's just my life and the way I live it and the way I see things. It's difficult for me sometimes to come down to the 3D, because of the way that I think and the way that I see it. and what I'm connected to and what I can do. If you have, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to be a threat. If you're a person who people, and first off, if you're an authentic personality, and you may not even know this, that you're an authentic personality, you may not understand what that means. That means that you're a mirror. And when you encounter other people who project a lot because of unhealed issues, or they live in like real toxic darkness, they will see themselves reflected in you. And if they are a very toxic person, they'll instantly project all of their nasty shit onto you because they can't believe that someone is an authentic individual. And look, you can be authentic and be a predator. You can, right? You can be authentic and be a dark person. Dark does not denote evil. But if they see something like I've ran into it my whole fucking life. When I was unhealed and now, they will project all of their nasty shit onto you, how they think, how they believe. And narcissists, most especially, narcissists can't understand people heal because they don't heal. They don't understand. They don't understand that people can level up. They just don't get it. They don't get it. And one of the biggest answers that a narcissist will use when you outsmart them, when you become stronger than them, when you heal, when you just like don't deal with them, one of the things that they do is convince themselves that you're a narcissist, because to them, in their delusional world, that's the top tier predator. That's you know what I mean? Like, they have to believe that. They have to believe that their false self, their broken self, their demonic self is like the most is a powerful self, and it's not. Narcs are only as dangerous as you let them be. They're only as dangerous as you allow them to be, really. All right. I mean, the initial stab, if they're really good at hiding themselves and they manage to maneuver themselves into a position where they can hurt you hard and stab you, then, yeah, I mean, like anybody, any type of deceptive con artist, lying, manipulative person, dark psychological person has the potential to do that. Yes. But once you see them, that's why actions, not words, guys. Actions will tell you exactly who a person is. Once you have that level of discernment, they're no longer dangerous. You know them. You know what that is. And if you really embrace your dark self, do not be afraid to be a threat. Let me say that again. Do not be afraid to be a threat. There's a lot of pussies out there. Lying, deceptive people aren't the only ones. There's a lot of people who don't embrace their duality, their light and dark selves. They don't embrace that aspect of who they are. And they get walked over, or they make excuses, and they move out of fear, and they make excuses why not to do what must be done, to be a warrior on the battlefield of life and take some freaking demon out. They just they let themselves be walked over. They just be doormats and walked over. Do not be afraid to be a threat. Okay, lions don't fear lions. I understand that. Somebody's out there talking shit on you, trying to manipulate you, trying to destroy you, coming at you. That's their problem. That's they feel inept. They are bullshitting themselves. They are lying to themselves. They don't understand who they are. They have fears. They need to project on you. That's their problem, not yours. Don't be afraid. Never be afraid to be the predator. Never be afraid to be the threat. Narcs. So, like, as far as narcissists being dangerous, psychos are dangerous. Sociopaths can be dangerous. Narcissists are grown toddlers having a fit, just stepped on a Lego, diaper's full. They're one of their suspenders is unattached. They're spitting out SpaghettiOs and Similac. Now, narcissists really are only as dangerous as you let them be. Really. They're going to do evil. They're going to do evil. They're going to bullshit. They're going to lie. They're going to frame things in a certain narrative. They're not dangerous. They're really not. They're only as dangerous as you let them be, bro. Now, when it comes to like the conversation of other types of disorders, there are levels of threats, danger. But no, I am firmly in the belief at this point, my brother. I am firmly in the belief that narcissists are not dangerous. They're not. They cower from real strength. That's why they got to talk shit in the cut. It's why they got to backstab. It's why they got to maneuver around truth. It's why they have to lie and create narratives. It's why they have to lie to themselves. It's why they cause harm to others and they hate themselves and they refuse to heal. That is the weakest type of person there is. Weakest, in my opinion. I brought out a demon, so to speak, but at the end of the day, the message was this: we're dealing with complete evil. Oh, they're evil, but they're weak evil. I would, that's why I give credit to psychopaths, or what you would call malignant narcissist, which is a psychopath is just a narcissistic person who's pure fucking evil. But they're a higher grade evil, genocidal murderers, the sociopathic types, like they're evil. They're a higher grade. If you want to say a higher grade of evil. Whereas a narcissist is just their demons control them. So first off, sociopath knows they're a demon. Psychopath understands. They're dark triads, right? Your dark triad, dark empath types. They understand. Like they have more control. They work within the dark forces. Narcissists are controlled by dark forces, demonic forces. They're controlled by them, and they eventually get eaten alive by them. Those demons eventually turn on them. There's nothing that they can do. They're puppets. They're one-legged goblins. They're in the class of hell. They're the village idiot. They're you know what I mean? Like they're easy. They're thwart. You can thwart them easily. Narcissists, you can thwart them easily. All you gotta do is stand up. Don't take shit from that bully. They're just a bully. They're afraid. CJ says, I've noticed that the devil has gotten a better silver tongue and will disguise hate for the voice of God nowadays. Anything to use to get further from the source. Absolutely. There are so many spiritual narcissists out there, especially like those televangelists. Those are demons. You can't tell those televangelists are demons. With all the P. Diddy leaks that we're getting and some of those spirituals, the big freaking mega church types that were out there, graping kids and being disgusting. We're seeing more of that. Beware, always, always, always. I'd say this over and over again. Always beware of the religious person who says they're better than you because you don't pray the right way and because their God is the best God and has the biggest dick. That's a demon. That's a demon. That's a dark person. That is what is called toxic positivity. Toxic positivity, toxic light. They're people that don't really live in the light. They're low resonance. They claim to live in the light, but anybody who has to point the finger and say you're evil because you don't pray the right way, those people are no bueno. They're really demonic and evil. In terms of what constitutes as a need for revenge, such as snitching and whatnot, that's irrelevant. Narcissists show their true faces and don't even have to have a reason. Oh no, it's all impulse. Well, it's all addictive personalities. Their addiction. Most narcissists, you be able to tell, they're addicted to gambling, they're addicted to sex, they're addicted to drugs, they're addicted to things. It's an addict mentality. And the reason that they go, like alcoholism, the reason that they go to those things is because they're low vibrational. They're looking for that luck they don't have, and they're covering up their issues. They're covering up their problems with those addictions. Narcissists in particular, as far as demonic power, use them like sex addiction or drug addiction or alcohol addiction, any of those. They use those in order to ensnare people, to bring them down to their low resonance, to bring them down to a more malleable, manipulative level. And they don't have to have a reason. They can just cap right off. They can just snap right off with whatever. Narcissist comes to you and says, I'm coming to hang out with you because I'm getting rid of so-and-so. And then you do something that is so devastatingly harsh to so-and-so for them, or you be what they wanted you to be. And then they get mad at you for doing what they said they came to you for. Then that reason was never what they came to you for. That's not what they came to you for. They came to keep a game going, to keep a trauma going, to keep a cycle going. Narcissists through action show who they are. And you're right. The revenge and snitching, and like they just do it on instinct. They all see, everyone has to be like a narcissist. Everyone has to be like them. Excuse me, my nose is itching like crazy today. Everyone has to be like a narcissist. That's how they see. Everyone else is lying and manipulative and backstabbing, so they're going to get you before you get them. It's a cycle of negativity, and a lot of it has to do with the demons that they listen to inside of them. All right, there is this part Like, this is where the shame comes from. People say that with people with NPD are running from their shame. Yes, because part of the shame that's in them is that connection to source, to God. They ignore that in favor of the demons who are infesting them or talking in their ears to do and commit evil. So they commit evil acts to appease that and silence the demon, because it's a temporary solution to their problem. It's always a temporary fix, makes them feel grandiose and powerful in that moment, but all they're doing is generating more negative karma. And it will always, every single time, come to a point with them when you have a person who lives that way and allows their demons to control them. It will always come to more negative karma. They just keep stacking it on. They just keep stacking it on. They don't understand when random bad shit happens to them, when their lives are falling apart, they're living in chaos, they're getting exposed, that's their rhythm. They get so used to, it's sad to believe that a person gets so used to bad shit happening to them that they live like that, that's just life. And they use that, and the demons inside of them are still talking to them. They believe that that's how people should live and that's how you should be. You know, they don't have to, you're right, they don't have to have a reason. It's all about addictive personality. What is up, real fat man? Good to see you. Hail. Let me see. I don't want to miss anybody in case they showed up. All right, we're kind of okay. All right, we're kind of caught up. When you see a narc, you have to see someone that is very violent, and I mean thinking in the way they can harm people and get away with it in everyday life. Yes. So you're more psychopathic narcissist. A psychopath with narcissism or a sociopath with narcissism. Yes. They're plotters and planners, and they can hide themselves really well. They can shield themselves really well. They intentionally do. But their intention is to create chaos and sow division. More psychopath than sociopath. Sociopaths get kind of giddy and happy with themselves because they know they're not human. They know they're not human, and they don't understand us human things and how us human things feel. And all they know is that they can play with these human things. That's all they know. Psychopaths absolutely understand. Like, they're an apex predator when it comes to dark psychology, to stabbing and hurting and harming others. So narcs will get to a point where they lived in trauma, especially if like Rainbow Dragon, the narcissist I was dealing with, no longer have to worry about that one. I took a shit in that one's brain. That one, he's so wrapped up in his drug addictions and sex addictions and gambling addictions and trying to be fake and put on a false self and hurting other people and being hurt. He's so wrapped up in it that he lives in pain. Luckily for me, I'm a man. He's a man, and he's a grown toddler with testicles, and I'm a man. So I don't have to worry about shit as far as he's concerned, because he's a coward. He only hurts women. And the only way that he hurts other men, but he does it using women to triangulate and hurt them, or stabbing men in the back using women, low-class broken women. But there absolutely are, like, you see the off-the-chain women, narcissistic women are more dangerous than narcissist men. Hands down. Narcissistic women are more dangerous than narcissistic men, because a narcissist woman, no matter what, knows that the outside, the observation, the outside perspective to any situation involving them is going to be, oh, that poor woman, or that, oh, why is that woman so upset? What did she go through? What did that woman deal with? Like that, they know how to play. They know how they look to others, in a 15-second clip, in a 10-second clip, in a moment. That men naturally, by and far, look to believe them or protect them or understand they're hysterical and, or try and excuse their behavior. They understand that. So you'll find that narcissist women are a lot more violent in that way, as far as like emotional violence, psychological violence. When it comes to narcissistic men, they're pussies. Narcissistic men are pussies. You can get a narcissistic man. I've dealt with tons of them. A lot of YouTubers that I've dealt with were narcissistic men. They can talk all kinds of trash behind a camera and a mic. They can talk all kinds of lies and spit all kinds of narratives and act like they're the hero or they're a victim, never the villain. They can be big and bad and talk all kinds of trash over a phone, over text messages, over anything like that. Yeah, you take a narcissistic man, you take a Delarose, you take a Van Skyver, you take a Rainbow Dragon, you take those types, you take a Tommy Guinea Pig, you take one of those types and you put them on the battlefield one-on-one, they'll collapse, they'll crumble, they'll fall apart. They will fall, man versus man, they will fall apart. Narcissistic men are cowards one-on-one. They will harm people without any care. They'll backstab you. They'll create narratives. They'll network to smear campaign you. Absolutely. They can be dangerous in that way. They'll cyber stalk you. They'll, I dealt with it. I do for months and months and months. I dealt with it, with being just stalked. People driving up to my home, people making vague threats, people just driving past my back window, people, just all kinds of shit I dealt with until I punched these people in the face. And it's crazy. The reason I think that all that happened, that all that stalking and shit happened, was one, I went no contact and I didn't deal with them and I wouldn't respond and I wouldn't deal with any of it. Two, I beat the shit. Well, I didn't beat the shit. I beat up this male narcissist who talked like for years, was talking like this, and then I just had enough and kicked his ass. Got to see it live, which was crazy. This grown toddler stalking back and forth, acting like big and bad, smacking this woman in the head. That was it. It was over. Gotta knock him down. Gotta knock him down. Gotta knock him out. And when I approached this grown toddler, his eyes shook and then froze. His entire body froze up. He couldn't even lift his arms. He couldn't even lift his arm. He kept trying to back away. I'm smacking him in the face. I'm punching him in the face. I'm punching him in the kidneys, punching him in the gut. And he's just like, doesn't know what to do. He was scared. He just tumbled to the ground. That is what happens when you face a narc one-on-one, a male to a male narc. That's what happens. And then still, but this delusional toddler still talking trash and still going off. And then the stalking began. Like, there comes a point, and this is very important. Actually, this is a very important point that I want to make there, buddy. When you're dealing with this type of demonic individual, be a threat. Be a threat. Turn the tables if you got to. Absolutely. Flip the tables on them. But you can they're demonic. They can't stop and do what they do. They can't stop themselves. Get them ended. Bring back dueling, if you know what I mean. Or put them in a position where you can just finally have them arrested and thrown in jail where they belong. With all the rest of the animals, like that, because that's the narcissist. Narcissists can't thrive in jail. They become the cell block bitch. Rainbow Dragon was a cell block bitch. Came out, started getting pegged by women. Can't stand up to a man, gets his ass beat. Narcs cannot be narcs in prison. They can't. They're the cell block bitch. Narc women can't be narcs in prison. They get held accountable for their stupid shit. There are real street level, real criminal women, real women who are tough as nails, hard as shit in that prison. You put a narcissistic woman in that prison, she's going to be a cell block bitch. She's going to be somebody's bitch. They cannot operate in a space where they are held accountable for who they are. So, like, if you are dealing with those types of narcs, just be ready. Get them thrown in jail. Set them up. They're stupid. Remember, these narcs are not scary, guys. They're not. They're stupid. They're cowardly. They're lying. They're delusional. They're cowards. They're not scary. They're only as dangerous as you allow them to be. That's it. That's all. So let's see. Coverts. Yeah, coverts. Yeah, coverts hate being exposed. If a covert woman gets old enough, because this is something I've recently dealt with, if a covert woman gets old enough, they will eventually act wreck. You can get them in a position where they expose themselves and they act wreck, and that'll crush them. That'll crush them when they expose themselves. They'll keep lying. They'll keep trying to spin their narratives or whatnot, but they're crushed. They defeat themselves. Narcissists on a long enough timeline absolutely lose all their power, and the demons that have infested them, the demons they have worked with and listened to, the demons who have used them like puppets, will devour them. They absolutely will devour them. So absolutely, sometimes you got to show your teeth. Don't be afraid to be a threat. So, like for me specifically, I've learned a lot, Fat Man. I've learned a lot in the last year, and I have not opened myself up to everyone around me. I mean, it's like maybe it's a product of going through narcissistic abuse and coming back from it, but people only get a certain percentage of me. And it's not that I'm lying to them, it's just that I'm only giving them a certain percentage of me. I'm only giving them a certain aspect of me. Like I just don't trust people with who I am, because I was very open. I was people pleasing before, when I was unhealed. And I gave everybody my full heart. I gave everybody like my full thoughts, my full who I am, my full light. I gave them that, and they used it against me. A lot of them used it against me. They just, they became addicted to that light, or that, that promotion. And then eventually, when they had to stab me and turn on me, they convinced themselves I was something that I wasn't. So only give people a certain percentage of who you are. I have this last thing that I went through. I have been able to integrate my former self, my unhealed self, my darker self, into who I am today. I'm not afraid to be the killer. I'm not afraid to be that. I'm not afraid to be the predator. I'm not afraid to be the threat anymore. I'm not. I know how to control it. I know me, and I know how to control myself, and I know how far I need to go and what I need to do, and be comfortable with it. So yeah, don't be afraid to show your teeth. These narcs are cowards. These are pussies. Different when you're dealing with a psychopath, you're dealing with a dark triad. Sociopaths just bring back dueling altogether. Just get rid of them, because they're never going to be right. But with narcissists, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of them. Let them lie. Like, they're exposing them. They don't even understand. They lie to themselves so much they don't even understand. They don't understand you. They don't understand themselves. They're just going to keep bullshitting and being delusional. Yes, they're almost like terrorists. They are terrorists. Terrorists are damaged people. If you are a terrorist, you are a damaged, dark, low vibrational, demonic individual. Absolutely. Like that. Yeah, they absolutely are. And yeah, psychos and sociopaths. Yeah, man. Look, just like it. How do I put this? I don't want to say vibrational. A psycho who is not a killer or does not trying to destroy others, you can actually learn things from, and they might be someone who's actually valuable to have in your social set. To be quite honest, sociopaths no. So no, they're like a step up from narcissists. You know what I mean? They're a step up. They know that they're not human. They don't care. They actually don't care. And they're all delusional. Okay, so even psychos that are dark, in that dark self, they're all delusional. They're all grandiose. They're all better than. They're all lying. They're all living lies. They believe their lies. They don't care if you believe or they believe. They don't. They're insane. Trying to get back together with someone who was being latched onto by a narc, it's just been difficult and constant. Don't get back with anybody who is attached to a narcissist. Do not do that. Do not do that. No, do not. Do not. Cut them out. Cut them out. The only time that you re-engage is when you have to put a boot print. You have to leave a boot print inside of them. The only time you re-engage is to make a statement. Stay the fuck away. That's the only time. Do not, man. First off, if you are looking to reattach with someone who has perpetually hurt you in the past, has shown themselves over and over again. All right. And this goes for people who are trauma bonded too. There's a reason why you're by extension in a trauma bond at that point. Someone who's trauma bonded, like you remember me, like back year 1, year 2, dealing with narcopath. I was trauma bonded. There was something unhealthy in my thinking. There was something unhealthy about me that kept going back and wanting to be hurt and wanting to like keep believing in someone who showed me time and time again that they're a liar, they're a manipulator, they don't have my best interest at heart, they don't care about me, they don't love me, they don't like me, they're fooling me, they're lying to me, they're using me. It's like that's an issue. That's a mental health issue. Therapy is needed. And don't worry. But I mean, like I had to do it too. Like therapy can be healthy. Life coaching, healthy. learning how you think, getting a third perspective to help you unlock the keys as to why you're being bad to yourself, not loving yourself. Healthy, the healthy way to be. It's motivation in a positive direction. But if someone's trauma bonded to a narc, like, you can't help them. If someone decides over and over again to live in cycles of self-defeat, pain, drama, and trauma, you can't help them. There's nothing you can do. Doesn't matter what you see inside them. Doesn't matter. You get this separate. Protect your energy, CJ. Protect your energy. Spirituality and energetic transference is so important. It is so important. And I'm not saying that religious people can't be spiritualists. I know religious people who are very spiritual. Like, I can understand exactly what they're saying. Sporkanews podcast, for instance, one of the best Christians I think I've ever met in my life. And I've met quite a few good Christian people. He understands. You have to disconnect yourself energetically from those people. They're draining. All right. Like, first off, the reason healers have to go through what they do and have to be hurt and have to heal themselves is because a healer understands that true healing is leading by example. True healing is not sacrificing your energy to somebody else. True healing is retaining your energy, leading by example, being there as to help others see what they need to do in order to move forward and progress. It is not sacrificing your energy in that way. Time, sure. Time is definitely a form of energy. Taking the time, but to help them or talk to them, but more so leading by example. Forget energy transference with an energy vampire, narcissistic person. Understand that this narcissist, that the person that your friend is trauma bonded to, this energy vampire, is by extension deriving energy from you. All right. Because if you're feeding it to a person who's trauma bonded, if you're trying to help somebody who's in that cycle, you're giving them your energy. That energy vampire is just drinking it up. And that trauma bonded person, they're doing mental mind games, mind flips and emotional backflips and gymnastics in their head and all kinds of shit to convince themselves that the narcissist is the person that loves them and is their knight in shining armor, or has the potential to be. And if they just hurt themselves enough and deal with enough, then one day it's gonna happen. They will betray you in a heartbeat. The trauma bonded person will betray you in a heartbeat for the sweet, sweet allure of the illusion that they are creating in their own mind by remaining attached to a demon. So remove your energy, man. Difficult and complicated? Of course it is, because there's no answer to that situation. There's no answer. And you could be in that person's life over and over again for as long as you want. And they are never going to do what you want them to do. They're going to do what they need to do for themselves. And if what they need to do for themselves is continue to hurt themselves over and over and live in drama and trauma, that's what they're going to do. And they're going to drag you down with them. So don't break away from it, brother. Break away. This is not your generic crime. The bad guy, good guy is more than that. It's terrorism. Yeah, absolutely. It is. It's absolutely. It's emotional terrorism, mental terrorism. It's like, especially dealing with like a Machiavellian type. If you're dealing with a dark triad, bro. God's help you. That is where standing in your power and standing in your light, standing in your truth, standing in who you are. Your perspective, your connection and perspective to source in the matrix. That is where that comes into play. The more sinister the individual, the more issues that they have, the more the more traumas that they're clinging to or allowing to run them, or condition in the case of some personality disorders. It is just a condition. But it doesn't matter what a condition is. If you move energetically in a certain way, then you are going to attract like. Your like will attract like. You hear about the empath narcissist, the unhealed empath narcissist correlation, right? True empaths who are healed and strong, they do not they do not deal with narcs. It's an unhealed person with similar issues, with similar traumas, or sometimes generational traumas that they're looking for in a narcissist. They're looking to complete some type of cycle. You know, if you're brought up, if you're raised by someone who's narcissistic, you're going to look for those similar traits in other people so that you can I could enact the same dynamic that was happening in my home life, my early childhood. There's different reasons, but it all comes down to being unhealed. It is a lot more than the good guy, bad guy dynamic. And understand, don't be afraid to be the bad guy too. Well, like we were saying earlier, don't be afraid to show your teeth. Don't be afraid to be the villain. Sometimes you have to be the villain, especially if you're dealing with another villain. I recognize this, brother. I recognize this. Since I have gotten to where I am in my own journey in life, I can now tap into the darker parts of myself from the unhealed times that are more aligned with, I don't know, some types of evil, I guess you might say. And because I have a strong sense of self and I've done the work that I have, I don't need to be, that doesn't take me over. I can apply that how I need to. Narcissists are highly toxic people or narcissistic. They're broken. They have a weak core. They're running from that. That's why they create a narcissistic shell. That's why they bullshit themselves and bullshit others, because they're fractured and broken inside. They don't have anything strong to plug into. They don't create their own light, or in the case of this topic, their own darkness. And so all the energy comes from the outside, and it comes from dealing with demonic forces, from being run by demonic forces. So you can trump them, you can destroy them, you can immolate them, you can outshine them, and you can be a bright shining star, or you can be the dark star. You know, like you can be the dark star of the apocalypse. Like you can do that too. And so, you're right. It is more than being the good guy, bad guy dynamic. Right? The duality exists in everyone, whether it's masculine, feminine energy, light and dark energy. But truly existing with a balance between the both, what I used to call living in the gray, having that balance is way more powerful than dealing with a person who is maybe a spiritual narcissist or a toxic positivity type, or is just full on freaking embraces it. They're an evil piece of shit and they don't care who knows it, and they'll stab anybody and do what they got to do to satisfy their addictions or their escapism. But absolutely, it is terrorism. I'm thinking she was being manipulated by a narc. Well, then there's something in her that needs to be healed. There's something in her that needs to be healed. There's the cycles of self-defeat that she has to run through. And I've been there more than once. I had to hit the mother load. I had to hit somebody that was connected to a lot of deceptive. I had to engage someone who I had believed was something else through different eras of my life, and who was also connected to a whole coven, a whole fucking group that I built, as a matter of fact, that I put together. I'm kind of ashamed of that, but was connected to all of these toxic people from my past that I'd cut off one by one. I'd recognized what they were. I didn't have enough of attachment, with the exception of one, her ex-husband. Until now, until recently, the last couple of years. It took someone with all of that energy, like a whole group of people behind her, just saying, screw Walton over. Yeah, Walt, he's nasty. He's horrible. Like, he's lying. There's nobody can be that light. Nobody's that good. Nobody is hard. Like, you know what I mean? Like, screw him over, screw him up. Like, that's what I had to overcome. I was manipulated too. I allowed myself to be manipulated because I was looking for the family home dynamic, where I was in perpetual self-defeat, being talked down to, being betrayed, false love, false liking, false this, because of how I grew up. And that's so I looked for that. That's why I was in that. And so is she. That's what your friend is doing. Only she can get out of that. You can't do nothing about that. You can't get her out of that. She might very well be getting manipulated by an narc. I mean, like, bring back dueling. You know what I mean? If y'all understand what I mean. I'm not necessarily talking about dueling. I'm talking about, long walk off a short pier. Like, if you got to go there, sometimes that's the only, but even if you do that, even if you go that far, even if you be, you're that savage, will she just look for somebody else to fulfill that role? And will that person be worth? That's interfering with someone's karma. That's interfering with someone's growth. You can't do that. You can only control you. You can only control you. It's like Gotham City. Everybody acts like they, yeah. Well, they'll understand. Like, okay, we're getting into spirituality a little tonight. One of there are energies that are happening right now. They've already begun. There's a cycle that is begun. We're in the very beginning stages of it that wipes out toxic people and allows you the opportunity through your inner child, through your experience and your heart, to move into a new era of life, to move into a new, very, very long overarching cycle within our lifetimes, for those of us who are going to be around for the next 20 years or so. Now is the time. We are coming into a time where we're going to see a change. We've seen a lot of darkness, a lot of evil people doing evil things, and we're now starting to see those things be exposed. I mean, it kind of started leading up to this point, but now we are in it. Now we're in the beginning stages of it. A lot of truths are going to come to power. Light workers are going to come into power. Good people, good hearts are going to be rewarded. You're going to see a lot of schemes, deceptions, untruths being torn down in the next era. We're going into a pretty good cycle, man. We're going into a really good cycle where Gotham City is going to be, Gotham City is not going to be the dark place. It's going to be lightened, illuminated. It's not that bad. It's going to be a good time. That's why I had to do what I had to do, because I had to do it now. There's a rise in religious youth because those demons are preying on them now. Okay. No. Well, okay. As far as like religious mentalities, you're talking about like the woke, far left, progressive mentalities. Yes, because that's a demonic mentality. Absolutely. The chick screaming about Trump or yelling about men or stay away from my womb with a nose ring and a bunch of tattoos and ugly energy coming off them. Yeah. It's a religion of false personality, blame shifting and things like that. You're going to see, there's going to be a natural rise in people finding a connection with God over the next decade or so. And it's not for evil means. Not to say that demons won't try and take advantage of it. They absolutely will. Cults, false preachers, false guides, false prophets, those types. Yeah. You mean they're going to try and scramble, but we're in a cycle right now where those people are going to be exposed. They're not going to have as much power as they did. We're in a time right now that is a downward spiral for manipulative, toxic, narcissistic, evil, shit talking, horrible, false face, false front people. I'm telling you. Now's the time to get spiritual, Siege. There's a lot of good shit popping off, and if you know the know, then you're going to be able to ride this wave and just elevate. I'm going to be a millionaire, dude. I am a millionaire. I will be a millionaire. I'm riding this because that is the time that we live in right now. I understand where you come in. Like that's kind of a darker vibe aspect. Get out of that mindset, because that's not the time that we're living in right now. The false ones are going to be shown for who they are. This is, I hate to correlate things in such a Revelations way, because I think that it's a little more closed-minded than what I like to reference. But we talk about the awakening, the 144, the 1,000 and all that. Like this is one of those times. The end times are not end times. End times are the end of an age or an era, because everything continues on. Everything continues in the universe. Nothing stops. But we're in that right now, man. So I welcome it, to be honest with you. I welcome it. I stand with my religious brothers and sisters who are out there on the battlefield of life, trying to, exude a light with source, with God. I stand with those people. Those are my brothers and sisters. It's the fake ones you got to look out for. Anyone that says my God is a bigger dick than your God, anyone that says you don't pray the right way, you're not a good person. Those people are fake. Those are false. Those are false prophets, false belief toxic positivity. Those are demons in human skin suits. And like all types of demonic or dark, low resonance individuals, they bullshit themselves into thinking that there's something that they're not. It says there's a species called terrorists. Yeah, they're called narcissists. Could their sex drive be keeping them on the offense? Keeping them on the offense. Well, I mean, they use it. They use their sex. Okay. So for a narcissist, a demonic individual, all of their chakral points are distorted, infested, and the base chakras most definitely. So they can't connect with their crown, they can't connect with their third eye, they can't connect with their throat chakra. Well, actually, they do know how to use it, but it's a dark, manipulative, evil, low, demonic resonance. But they can't connect with these because they're so convoluted. They're delusional. They have to. You got to heal your mind when you get through narcissistic abuse. You have to heal your mind, right? And not only that, but you got to go back and you got to heal the deep traumas. You got to heal the issues that the resonator narcissist in. So you have a lot of little mind traps. You've got a lot of things you have to work through in yourself in order to become a healthier person. It's what you see, like people who are heavily trauma bonded or narcissists themselves, or narcissistic, who are actually trying to heal and trying to reach another spiritual plane. They will take a lot of mushrooms. They'll take a lot of psychedelics because they're trying to break free from the mold, but it all comes from a dark place. So they're not really actually doing any work. They're seeing sparks of divinity. They're seeing sparks of connection, but because they haven't done the work in their heart and in their mind, and most especially their spirit, all these things follow suit. Then it all comes back to trauma responses and narcissistic rage and toxic responses and self-defeat. But their lower chakral points, the roots, their sex organs, things like that, it's all infested. If they have sex addictions, it's all infested, scrambled, distorted. It's something that they use to escape. When they don't respect these things, and they don't respect them. That's why they're whores. That's why they sleep around, because they don't respect. First, they're energy vampires. They're energy vampires. They're looking for adulation. They're looking for attention. They're looking to be loved. They're looking to be appreciated. They're looking for these things that they need because they can't do it themselves. And so sex provides that. Sexual adulation provides that. Number two, I make this joke, like with narcissistic women, filling every one of her holes in some vain attempt to feel something left inside her broken soul. That's the truth. They're filling it with man juice, filling it with energy, filling it with attention, filling it with a distraction to feel better about themselves because they don't feel good about themselves inside. And so, when you sleep around with people like that, you are literally you're giving your power over, and you're exchanging your power, your psychic connections, energetic connections, everything with probably not all, but most likely low resonance, nasty people, street level, like made for the streets type people, right? And when you exchange energy like that on a constant basis, you're bringing yourself down. You're completely destabilizing your root chakra. You're completely destabilizing your sacral chakra. You're completely destabilizing your ability to ground, find balance, plug into the earth, plug into the 3D. That's what your reproductive system, your digestive system, all of that is about plugging down into earth, recycling energy, sunlight energy, earth power, like all of these things. You can't do that. And narcissists who are truly nefarious and evil, they innately understand that. The demons in them understand that, and they scramble you there and keep you tied up and confused in that. When reaching the 5D, when doing things like I do them, has to do with not indulging those impulses, not indulging your sexual impulse. Why priests don't have sex. It's why a lot of it's why religious teachings, religious people either refrain from or limit sex. The consumption of food. There's something to be said for fasting, undoubtedly. removing any energetic connection with those parts of yourself. Because when you do that, when you fast, when you don't have sex, when you don't do these things, when you don't indulge the primal, it takes energy from those centers and raises it up. Your kundalini, it raises it up into your higher self. Do exercises for your pineal gland. Do those exercises. Sit and meditate. Sit in a meditative position. Suck in your stomach. Take in a deep breath. Suck in your stomach all the way as far as you can and hold it. Hold that air in for as long as you can. It's going to push your spinal fluid up through your spine, all the way up to the base of your brain, and it puts pressure on your pineal gland. Try that exercise. Hold that for as long as you can. Suck in your whole stomach, your abdomen, everything. Hold that air against your full both of your lungs full, and hold it in for as long as you can, and push that pressure, put those fluids up to your pineal gland. Do that. Also, another practice that's good for you, shock your body. So when you're in a shower, at the end of a shower, put it on full blast cold. Walk out of the water, put it on full blast cold, walk out of the water, wait until that water is ice cold, step under it and stay under it for as long as you can. That's going to shock your body into destroying toxins. It's going to shock you into, like, the polar plunge. Like that's a legit thing. It will help your system to decrystallize toxins in you and then push them through and out of your body. So give that a shot too. Couple of spiritual tips that Lodonis Dragonstorm uses. So some of us, we got all the way to the end of the day is to relax on the couch after a long, hard day. We don't indulge sex addiction, nothing like that. Right. Now, when you do that, you can make a hell of a lot more out of your primal urges. You can do a lot more with those. It means a lot more. If you don't have sex for a long time, and then you do, observe how your energies change after you have had sex with someone, after you have exchanged sacred energies with them. I will bet you that you will have impressions in your mind you're not used to feeling. You may even hear that person. You're going to feel energetic changes connected to that other person. You're going to have similar feelings and urges at the same time. This is the true nature of sacred exchange, is that connection. These are the connections of life. Talk about manifestation, which we all have. We all have that ability to do. This is the recreation in the cycle of life when you have sex with someone. It really is a sacred thing. Now, there are ways to cleanse yourself, and there is ways to be, I don't want to say promiscuous, but have multiple partners in a healthy way. There is absolutely a way to do that. That's a whole other topic. I'm not trying to promote that right now, but that can be done. But when it comes to having partners, when it comes to having partners that are demons, that are narcissists, that are like evil and nasty and don't give a damn where they put their dick or what they put at them, you might as well dip your balls in sewage. You might as well you might as well just take your sack and just dip it into a trash dump. You might as well just do that. You might as well just have sex with like a trash heap. That is what you're doing. That is what you're doing. And that's why I haven't had sex with certain people in years. I won't. I absolutely won't. I just will not. I refuse to. And they are professional victims. Absolutely. They're never the villain. Never the villain. They're the hero or the victim. And they're completely valid in whatever shit they have to talk, however they have to backstab you, however angry they are, however they have to hurt you. They are entirely valid. They're not doing anything wrong. But karma doesn't hit its mark. Your ancestors won't. Your angels that are looking after you, your spirit team, they don't hit a mark. God does not miss a thing. They don't miss a thing. And understand too, and understand this. when you are with someone, when you are around someone, when you care about someone, you're extending your own protections upon them. You're extending your own light, right? Like you every single one of us, every single person here, whether you believe it or not, has a spirit team. You have ancestors and angels that are looking out for you. Angels come in and out, but you have ancestors, you have spirits that are looking out for you. You have a connection to God. When you ask Archangel Michael, Uriel, Gabriel, when you ask these angels into your life, when you ask them to do something, they hear you. And if they can do it, if it's on the freaking agenda, they can do that. They can choose to do that. You have these abilities. When you love someone, when you're looking after them, you extend your protections upon them. Narcissists innately know this. The spiritual component to this whole dynamic is it's so important, guys. I don't know if any of you guys out there are spiritualists like I am. Like if you're on the same road I am. And I know it's a lonely road. It is. And it'll get to you sometimes. Being alone. Knowing that not everyone can understand you. And it sucks that you bring people in over and over because you're a walking tower moment. You're meant to cause tower moments in people's lives. It's a lonely fucking road. And you ask yourself over and over again, okay, when am I going to find my other half? When am I going to find that person? I mean, I don't have that answer for you. But just know that, like, you're not alone. You're not alone. There's others out there that are walking the same horrible path you are. But it's our function. And it is what it is. You're a walking tower moment. You're meant for people to look at you and see themselves for who they really are. And whether they choose to elevate and whether they choose to hide and project and hate you because they see themselves and they see how ugly they are, really, that's not on you. It's on you to keep doing the best that you can and keep walking the path and just keep doing what you have to do. And I'm telling you this, for those of you out there who are like me and you are afraid to embrace your darkness, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to show your teeth. Like Monster was saying earlier, don't monitor. Don't be afraid to be a predator. Don't be afraid to show your dark side. Integrate it. Because you get to a certain point, it's okay. And you might walk that road the rest of your life and feel like you're alone or be alone and never find your divine counterpart. That maybe that's the part of it. I don't know. I'm getting signs and synchronicities forever that when I closed this door, when I did what I just had to do, that I'm actually going to find my divine counterpart who is apparently already watching me or already paying attention to me or whatever it is. And if you're out there, will you please come forward? Because I'm getting tired of dealing with toxic people. I would like to have some love in my life. But it is a lonely road being a walking tower moment, guys. Don't lose hope. Don't lose heart. Don't lose faith. Not everyone's going to understand you. It is what it is. You've gotten as far as I have. You know you can't give 100% of yourself to everybody because they're just not going to understand you. They're not going to believe you, or they're just not on that road. They're just not on that path with you. Just keep believing in yourself and do what you got to do, and don't be afraid to embrace the light or the dark, because that's your place. She never hurt me. Let's see. CJ says she never hurt me. She left because I wasn't right in the head, but someone else latched onto her. Might be a trauma bond, but she was always in a positive light. Well, I mean, that's good. It's good for her. And that should be a lesson for you, but you have to heal yourself. You've been doing good, CJ. We've known each other for years. We've been friends for years now. You're on a good path. You're on a good path. You're still pulling into the dark side too much. And let me tell you this: if you get anywhere near as far as I have, you're going to be able to pull on that again in the future. But right now, you got to live in the light. You got to live in your own power and your own resonance, and you got to keep it high. Keep your beliefs in yourself. Love yourself. Be alone. Be comfortable being alone, bro. That was a hard one for me, being comfortable being alone. I am so comfortable alone. I am comfortable not talking to anybody. I get lonely now and again, yeah, but That companionship will always be there when you want to reach out for it. Do not be afraid to be alone. She wasn't right. She apparently wasn't right in the head either. She left because you weren't right in the head. She's with a narcissist. She got played. She's in a trauma bond right now. She wasn't right in the head either. Hopefully you're on this arc. This may be a thing. I'm not saying that it is. I am being told you heal yourself and you do what you have to do. She has to do what she has to do. And there will be a chance in the future for you to reconnect, but you can't look for that chance. And it only will be a chance if you have done the work you had to do and she's done the work she has to do. And it can't be any time early, because if it's any time early, then that chance is not going to happen. It has to happen when it's meant to happen. He work on you and stop. You have to stop worrying about her. You have to stop. Even if there's that energetic entanglement, you have to stop. The hardest damn things too, CJ, twin flames are toxic. Understand that. Twin flames come into your life to teach you a karmatic lesson. That's a karmic. That's not a soul connection. I mean, it is a soul connection, but it's not. It's nothing that's meant to last. Twin flames. You guys ever see readings or hear anything about twin flames? That's not a good thing. It's not a good thing in as far as there's going to be intense emotions or intense energy between you that is meant to destabilize and break down old walls. And those walls may come from prior lives, things that you have been through in previous lives, that are karmatic cycles that need to be broken. Twin flames, warning sign, red flag. Do not think, oh my God, I found my twin flame. No, you found a twin train wreck. you gotta take notice of that, my brother. Yo, what's up, Tina? Good to see you, sweetheart. Good evening. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate that. I thought you'd be out there with Vinny tonight. Let's see. I want to make sure I don't miss anybody. Oh, there she is. It has nothing to do with... Listen. Listen. I know I haven't paid much attention to my baby girl. I'm sorry about that, Beth. It's my fault. I've been a very bad boy. I've been very high resonance and good to myself. I've been loving myself. I went dark, Beth. I went really dark. I went very dark. I had to slay some narcissists this last couple of weeks, and I had to lie and manipulate, and I had to play off other narcs. I had to be a bad boy. I've been a really, really bad boy. So I'm gonna need you. I'm gonna need you to devalue me extra hard. All right, it's got to be a one-on-one. We have to meet up, Beth. I need you to really I need you to beat my ass psychologically. I need you to turn me into your bitch. That's what I need. What's going on, Beth? Good to see you, sweetheart. Hi, sweetie. He says, I know all about not having sex. It's sad. It's not sad. It's not sad. It really isn't. There's something to be said for not having sex, retaining your energy, being pure. The whole No Nut November thing for guys. Gentlemen, if you don't know, retaining that and not rubbing one out, and just that's actually an energizer. That stabilizes you and it gives you more of that emperor energy. It's a good thing. It is a good thing. But for women too, like you guys, you're the intuitive nature, the nurturing nature of a woman. Your power can be reestablished in your higher self by not dealing with those energies. Your psychic, intuitive, your connection to the spirit, that's what you are. Like that's the divine feminine power. That's what you are. There's something to be said for it. Absolutely, Beth. And stop thinking, don't think any low of yourself. Don't do that, because if you really want, if you're healed enough to want something like that in your life, it will come into your life. Remember, manifestation, Beth, you're one of me. You're one of me. Heal. Get over. Manifest. You have the power. You have the power. Tongue to the roof of your mouth, Beth. Meditate with the tongue to your roof of your mouth. Concentrate. Breathe. In purity. Out toxicity. In light. Out dark. Right? Practice with your sacral chakra. Practice with your pineal gland. Practice with that part of yourself, your third eye, your crown. And manifest. Be it. Live it. Live it. Know it. It's going to happen. I'm going to be a millionaire. I am, in my mind, a millionaire. I'm going to be there. I'm going to ascend and get to that point. And I'm going to come by and I'm going to see your backyard. I didn't mean that like that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to come see I want to come see all the ghosts and shit you got going on over there. It's good to see you, Beth. Thank you for coming by, baby. Let's see. The Real Fat Man says, saw a documentary saying the only reason they haven't admitted to aliens being about is people would lose. No, it's not that. They'd have to admit all the bullshit. They'd have to admit bullshitting us for 100 and something years. They would have to admit that we as human beings should already know that. Ancient peoples and scriptures and texts and evidence, it's already out there. We're not alone. We're not alone. The Anunnaki was here not that long ago, reordering our genetic code. You know what I mean? Like, guys, look into Sasquatch versus humans. Look into that. There is a theory, and I'm apt to believe it, that Sasquatch are more along the evolutionary line that we were on before the geneticists, extraterrestrial geneticists came down and kind of played with our DNA. Look up some of the videos on Sasquatch. Like, when you think what was that movie, Harry and the Hendersons? Like, you think it's like that. It's not. Those things slip. They time slip. They can slip between worlds. Their cloak, their ability to match environment is insane. You can pass by these things. They can be sitting around somewhere. I mean, like, a family of them can be sitting around somewhere and you won't even see them, because they blend in so well to environment. Like, this is not bullshit. This is for real, for real. The world is not as 3D as you have been led to believe, as your parents have been taught, as your schools have taught you. All right. There are things that are told to us that are important, like race and social issues. They're not important. It's all bullshit. It's all construction. It's all 3D. It's the Matrix. It's not real. It's created by psychos and narcs and toxic people and people who worship demons to keep us divided and stupid and keep us low. And that's not the truth. There is ancient knowledge out there that is way more pure than anything you will find on MSNBC or in your local schools. I'm telling you. Yeah, they would have to admit we've known about that. They've known about this the whole time, and they've been lying to us. And then, how are we going to trust the government? Man, with this Trump administration, I hope that they drop a lot of bombs, a lot of truth bombs on us, if anything, just to get back at all the liars and manipulators who had come at him, after they stole an election in 2020. You know what I mean? Like, I'm looking forward to it. It's countdown until Walton mentions dongs, and I'm just waiting. Beth showed up. Listen, clean your peen. Clean peen is a healthy peen. Yeah, what's up? You knew it was coming. Archangel Michael has shown up to protect me, but also Gabrielle likes to send me visions. Some I tend to move in fear too often. Way too many nuclear war visions. Yeah, man. Well, it could be demons, man. It could be demonic disguising themselves as angelic forces. That happens all the time. Also, you might be like me. You might be able to see multiple outcomes. Possibly. I think that all of that dark imagery comes from a dark place, man. I think maybe you're a dark prophecyr. Maybe that's it. Maybe you're a dark seer. That could be a thing. That is a thing. But when I tend to think about, so I've dealt with angels and demons in the 5D and in the 3D. In 3D, demons will always come as authoritative figures, and angels always come as the pauper, the homeless person. Every now and again, just a good person. Every now and again, like your average, but you can always tell the difference. You can always tell. Listen, sometimes you might not even get a feeling, but that person, that panhandler who's not looking for money, they're looking for a sandwich. That could be an angel, yo. I'm not kidding you. I've had angels walk up to me looking homeless as fuck and just start spitting out a story, using the same exact names as the narcissist and narcopath I was dealing with, and people connected to them like this. I kid you not. This angel talked to me for like 15 minutes one day. I must have said 6 words. I just listened. I knew what it was. I knew what had just come and was talking to me. It was a beautiful experience. And you'll know the difference. Like demons, when they come at you in the 3D, they come as authoritative figures, and you can tell they're trying to stress you out. They're trying to make you uncomfortable. They're trying to make you act out of character or plant negative things in your mind. Like, you'll be able to tell. In the 5D, when you come across angelic beings, they're going to come across, honestly, dude, as unemotional. They are unemotional. It's not about emotion. It's about the law, divine law, the law of the universe, the law of time and increments and moves. That's what they're like. When you come across demons in 3, 4, 5D, it's shit like you're saying right now. It's darkness, it's bombastic, it's violent, it's temptation, it's crazy. So demons came to me in a dream 2 months ago. And in this dream, I was in the first floor of a house I recognized in that state, talking with a friend, an ex-friend who had done me wrong. Someone who I sussed out as being narcissistic a while ago. Finally, it was hard to let go because I'd always loved this guy. And then Rainbow Dragon comes down off these stairs, and Rainbow Dragon like blah, 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 and we're just bitching back and forth at one another. And then he goes off. And so I go up the stairs, and upstairs in bed is Narcopath, and she's like just had sex, just laying in bed. And I walked up to her, and I was just like. It was almost like sweet nothing. It was almost like I was trying to talk to her, like I was trying to talk like light to her, like, you're a better person than this. You're like one of those, right? While she's laying there sweaty. And in the dream, I started playing with her, her thing, her bean. And then I woke up. That was demons. Those were demonic forces. Those were dark entities that I was connected to, probably through some kind of sex magic, because narcissists they use sex magic whether they realize it or not. But that was that energetic connection, and me being tempted into thinking about or being with or getting involved in that situation. That's an example of being in a dream state and having those things come to you and energetically try to influence you. So just remember that, dude. When you're dealing in dreams, ancestors, okay, spirit guide ancestor types, those are the ones that give you feelings of protection or feelings of light, anything emotional, anything that's like positive emotional or caretaking or looking after you or consoling. Those are your ancestors and your spirit team. Angels, no emotion. It's straight tick, tick, tick logic, the clock of the universe. This is what it is. This is where it is. Whatever emotion you may get from that is your own emotion. It has nothing to do with angels. Angels are not about emotion. They're about divine order. Demons are the ones that are going to challenge you, bring dark imagery, violent, bombastic, verbose, dark, primal, like the kind of energy like that dream I told you about, I just said. That's the kind of energy you're going to get from dark entities, demonic forces. So just be aware of that, and I hope that helps. What's up, Macaroni says, I smash foes. So do I. And you can't be scared of it. Don't be scared of it. Don't be scared to show your teeth. Don't be scared to be the divine feminine. Do not be scared to be Artemis, to be Hecate. Don't ever be afraid of that. If you're healed, you have the balance, then that's what you are. You'll be okay. Sometimes bullies deserve a punch in the nose. Sometimes evil deserves to be out darkened. And you'll know when and where to do that. Let's say hail to you, sister. Thank you for coming. My guardians have been watching over me from a young age when I've had serious problems. A message eventually gets to me. That's awesome. Good. I'm glad you're in touch with that. I love this crowd tonight. Love the energy here. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Please smash the like button, share out the link. these conversations are not my I guess maybe they're my normal thing now. I'm not sure, but I enjoy these. And if you guys are interested in tarot, I am starting a new channel that's going to be based on my spiritual side, which I think I'm ready to come forward with and share with everyone. That's going to be my channel, Lodonis Ravenwolf. So please check that out if you would. Look that up. Look up Lodonis Ravenwolf. Give me a sub. We're going to be start doing streams for that channel. I think I'm going to start this weekend. I think I'm going to start on Sunday. So look for more information on that. Greatly appreciate y'all. LOS says I could be. I could. You can comment anytime you want, Beth. You have carte blanche. You've been with me on this whole ride. You're my sister. You're my sister from another mister. All right. You comment whenever you want to comment, girl. You know we got that rapport. We got that rapport. I need you to punish me. I need you to punish me well. All right. I need that. Let's see. The fat man says it started the night my uncle was. Woo, damn. My uncle was murdered. That's horrible. I'm sorry to hear about that. My condolences to your family and to your uncle. Is he one of your gods now? Did he come back around? That's yeah, blessings, brother. Blessings. My guardians like to poke me back a bit. Scary, like get my attention, but the contact is a bit much. It's needed. If it is like that, then it's a necessary contact and it's needed. But I really meditate and become in balance with your light and dark self. If you are in a headspace where you're refusing to hear or listen to your spirit guides or ancestors, then they will knock you over the head. It's just like in real life. If you refuse to learn a lesson about somebody, that's why we keep going back to a narcissist or a toxic relationship, because we refuse to learn the lesson. We're going to change them. They're going to be better. There's a magic lock that will open up their heart, and that's not the case. We run in those cycles of self-defeat until we learn something, until you get hit over the head hard enough. So I mean that's the same energy applies in the spirit realm. Same energy applies. Absolutely. Choo-choo coming through. I mean, I said not, like you might. I don't get I mean, maybe. I don't know. Yes, ancient astronauts. Yeah, they put it that way. Yeah. We're not the first humans to, we're not the only humans. And as far as who we have been genetically designed to be at this point on this planet, there are humans that are more pure humans, and there are creatures on this world beings on this world, who are more native to Gaia than we are. I really hope that within my lifetime, the knowledge that is known by our governments and religious institutions are just let out. I'm hoping it's within this age we're in right now. We got a nice long cycle of about 15 to 19 years where we're just starting. So I'm hoping that that's one of the truths that comes out, because it would really unify us as a people. We can handle it. It would make a lot of sense. I think it would make a lot of sense as to why we're so different. At least within the scope of humans on Terra. Oh shit, Nikki, motherfucker. Oh shit. Nikki's in the house. You know what's coming. You know what's coming.
Stop. Could you please step on the same foot at the same time? My tits are falling off.
What's up, sweetheart? Good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. How you been, Nikki? I haven't seen you in a hot minute. I know the channel kind of changed a little bit, but I'm going to get back to doing more. Okay. Sorry, my son texted me. I'm going to get back to talking more about narcissism topics because it's needed, and doing it in a way that's more fun than before. So good to see you, sweetheart. Thank you for being here. The queen has arrived. Everybody hail the queen, if you would. Hail that queen, Nikki Red. Divine Justice, really great content, giving your confirmations, and I think I'm hearing myself in a man's voice with you. Awesome. Oh, what's up, Divine Justice? Hail to you. Thank you very much. Thanks to hear you. It's been a long time coming. I've actually been a little timid to just come out fully and be my spiritual self on this channel because I didn't want to scare off I want to scare off people who are religious, or it might like not scare off, but offend, And I wanted, when I was building Dragonstorm, it's narcissistic abuse awareness and recovery. After defending myself from a smear campaign, this channel has definitely gone through some evolutions, but the truth is the truth, and who I am is who I am, and I'm meant to resonate with my collective. And if we are in the same collective, hail sister, it is good to see you. It is good I'm glad that you found us. Going to be doing more of these types of things on Lodonis Ravenwolf. If you're interested in tarot card channel, I sense that you are. Yeah, listen, Divine, are you a walking tower moment? Are you like me? It's a tough road, sis. It is a tough road. But we got to walk it. Thank you so much for being here. I greatly appreciate you. I blame the demons for putting spiders in my dreams. That they look. You got to get over that fear. You got to get over that fear. Spiders, man, spiders are the protectors of the home. Okay, stop being afraid of a spider. They are very powerful. And if you actually do get really freaked out by spiders, I suggest reading some R.A. Salvatore, and read the Dark Elf series. Loth is the demon spider queen of the Dark Elves, and that's just the first 2 books alone will really bug you out. Like if you want to go into like the dark places and in a fantasy environment, Dungeons and Dragons type fantasy environment, man, please check out the first 2 books of the Dark Elf trilogy, the very first one. I think you'll love it. It says, I am the Queen of Swords. You're the Queen of Swords. You know what's crazy, Divine Justice, is that I have been seeing the Queen of Swords come out in my readings for the last several weeks. I recently went through an event where I had to embrace my dark self and be chromatic justice, and embrace the old me, the old unhealed dark me, when I was when I practiced things that weren't good, and applied those and came out on top. And because I was dealing with someone that needed it, there was like no other way to avoid being dark in order to get a point across. But throughout those readings, I've been seeing the Queen of Swords a lot. I dealt with the Queen of Swords in reverse. So I'm hoping you mean upright. But having that, being fair and balanced, having a heart, but being observant and using your head before your heart, being fair in your judgments, cold. I mean, not people may come off. I'm sure that people come off to you and believe that you're cold, but you're not cold. You probably have a deep heart. It's just that you have learned over time that not everyone deserves that intimate, deep feelings, the feelings that you have, and that only certain people deserve that. And so you have to be guarded to an extent. You have to come off cold. You have to keep those strong, firm boundaries in place so that you are able to, when the time is right, share that deepness with a person. And honestly, it makes it all that much more special. It's why I don't give 100% of myself to everyone. It's not that I can't trust people. It's that there's only so much of myself that I'm able to give that can be appreciated, because that I operate in the 5D. That's where I'm at, and it's hard. It's very difficult. Maybe you understand this. It's difficult to come down, to this level and be this, because there's so much more, and that means more, at least to like myself and the way I live things. But I can't give 100% to everybody, because they just won't understand, and I don't want to leave myself open to those kinds of attacks, because I do feel deeply. And a person who misunderstands you when you are giving 100% of yourself, they don't value what that is. So that Queen of Sword energy, that's beautiful. I would love to see, and I imagine that you would be glorious in that Queen of Wands energy. And I know you've got that Queen of Swords. There's always a Queen of Wands on the other side. So that's pretty cool. That just makes weird sister. Oh, not the section. Oh, corn. Oh, well, Beth is my sister. She is. I love Beth. I love Beth to death. When you have a very strong familial energy with someone who's not blood. You know, there's like a spiritual sister. You know, it's she is absolutely my sister. And thank God for Beth. I'm so blessed to have Beth in my life. They're always watching me, guiding me. Good. Have you read the book about ancient astronauts? Not all the time, not all too often. Well, maybe I have. I've been on when it comes to talks about ancient astronauts and those types of topics, I am discussing that with my boy Immortal Coil over on his channel, Immortal Coil. The eyes are ones. I'm trying to get him to change that first grade habit, but that's what they are. The eyes are ones. Mortal Coil, go check him out. And also on Sporky News Podcast, my brother from another mother. We do aluminum spork every weekend, and we have a great time doing it. We talk about those topics there. I often wonder if we are already on the moon and the Mars, and that's why they don't want Elon to go there. We can't, dude. There's fucking gates on the god. First off, there's still fucking people living on Mars. There's gates that go to Mars. The moon is a goddamn... the moon has been inhabited forever. It's a fucking way station. Geneticists have been here in the past. That's why we look different and why we are the way that we are. God damn. I said son of Enki. There's a reason why I call myself a son of Enki. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. I'm just going through it, but I'm good. Don't we all go through it, Nikki? I understand. It's hard. It's hard being us. It's hard being who we are, sis. You know, you got some. Look, sometimes we got to take a day off, and sometimes we got to put a blueprint with our name on it inside some fucktard's inner child. Sometimes that has to happen. It's our job, Nikki. It's not the one that we picked. I mean, technically it is before we were born, but it's not the one that we picked. It's who we are and who we have to be. It's not easy being a walking tower, sweetheart. So, you know, stay positive, sweetheart. Stay uplifted. Keep your resonance high. Believe in yourself. The only reason the demons come into your life, the only reason these toxic fucks want to come around, these demons in human skin suits, these burning clowns in the circus of narcissism want to come through and bring you down is because you're shining bright. Is because you are a bright, shining light. It is because you are authentic. You are strong. You are a good person. It is because your heart is pure. It is because you give 110% to people that you love. It is because you lead by example. So, when they come through trying to step on you, say no, boo-boo, and kick them right in their broken balls. Do not take shit from anybody, Nikki. You are wonderful, my love. You are loved. You are blessed, and I'm so thankful to have you in my life. Man, God's bless you. It says, I refuse to hide the fact that I have divine purpose and a spirituality teacher and life coaching. Oh, no shit. Good. That's awesome. Good for you. Twitter at Lodonis, if you're on Twitter, or if you're on X, hit me up. I'm also on Instagram, Lodonis Dragonstorm, and TikTok, Lodonis Dragonstorm. If you have any of those platforms and you do stuff on there, man, hit me up and let me take a look at it. That's awesome. Stay true to your path, stay true to who you are, and be authentic, and nothing will ever go wrong. You know, well, I mean, things are going to come your way, but nothing will ever go wrong. And as far as your ascension and whatever your life path is, what's your life path number, by the way? Yeah, and it's definitely called duality. You got to be light and dark, white wolf, black dragon, sweetheart. That's what I am. It says, I wish I knew someone that did free readings. Nicole has been doing them. Jesus Christ, Beth, you hit me up. What? I'm doing readings again. Hit me up. I'm going to be doing them. So, yeah, you know how to get a hold of me. I'm the Empress at best, but I will be the Queen of Swords. Yeah. I understand. I am the Empress. You know, I am the Empress. I'm a Tauran. I have no problem standing in my divine feminine or divine masculine. I will blaze like the sun, or I will shine down like a guiding light from the moon. I enjoy being in my, I'm a son of the goddess. I am definitely a son of the mother. And I believe that's because I've gone through daddy school. I've gone through solar school. I've done that enough in my rotations that I'm comfortable in my masculinity. I'm comfortable with who I am as a man. And now I'm working on the divine feminine aspect. So I've been told by certain readers and practitioners that I'm more intuitive than most men, which is a beautiful thing. I love that. And I love seeing my other brothers out here who are also on that same path, who are very, very balanced, grasp on their divine feminine, divine masculine. I enjoy that. So that's the path I'm on. Life path 7, by the way. And this is going to be a good year. If you're on life path 7, this is going to be a great year for us. This is, we're on the verge. You know, it just started. Just on the 19th, everything kicked off. It just started. So I'm looking forward to it. You mentioned Dark Seer. Not sure how to spell it. Seer, yeah, Seer. Can you explain that a bit more? Very curious. I've seen multiple timelines and have cheated death a few times. Okay, so Dark Seers see things from the negative aspect, the not negative, from the dark aspect. A lot of seers are balanced, or they look for the most positive. It all depends on their perspective, who they are spiritually, how they've grown, what their purpose is here. But just like there are people who have light paths, there are people who have dark paths. So being a dark seer means seeing the worst possible outcome in a situation, or seeing the darkest outcome in a situation, and being able to intercede in it. You know, you're talking to a friend. Your friend might go to a regular fortune teller or like a light seer, and they'll say, you know, hey, just don't go out today. Spend some time on yourself. You know what I mean? Take a cleansing bath. Don't talk to anybody. Just rejuvenate. Like, okay, they see that. You as a dark seer can understand if that person goes out today that they're going to get hit by a car, or they're going to run into a demonic or a low vibrational person that's going to intercede in their life. Someone who's going to bring a lot of destruction, or, you know, a lot of fire or challenges, like a twin flame type energy into their life. And so your answer is going to be, don't go out today. Stay inside. Just don't go out, because that's what you see. You see the darkest possible outcome in a timeline or a rift or a choice. And it is prophetic. And those people have their place. Both light and dark, and mostly balanced. Light and dark people, they have their place when it comes to those things. So yeah, and seeing death, seeing death come up in your timelines, or you know, bad things happening in other people's lives, like, embrace that. That might be your vein. You just might be that powerful in your dark energies that is what you see, and that's where you are. So just try to stay balanced in that. All right, try and stay balanced in that, and it is a positive thing. Dark does not denote evil. Dark does not denote low vibrational. Darkness does not mean negativity. It's light and dark. All right, you can find them in either. They're low vibrational. We were talking about earlier with like religious people, low vibrational light, fake light, narcissists who love bomb, spiritual narcissism, any type of spiritual elitism or religious elitism. Anyone who says, my God's got a bigger dick than your God. You don't pray the right way, so you're not a good person. That's all negative light. That's all low vibrational, toxic. It's false light. It's fake light. It's all connected, my brother. So got that. I'm a 10D glitch in the Matrix. Look, if you hit that level, you wouldn't even be here. You'd be somewhere else. You'd be transporting to the moon. You'd be on Mars partying with the rest of the Martians. It says, I see right through people. It can't be fooled by the fakeness. It's difficult. It is difficult to live. Is it not? What's the harder thing for me to discern, Divine, was not calling them out on it, because some people aren't ready to be called out on it. Some people are like stuck in their matrix, or stuck in their ideals or whatnot. And especially when you run into like people who are narcissistic, calling them out will trigger them. Just toxic people. When you see them for who they are, don't call the goblin out. This took me a long time to learn this. I didn't understand this before I went through everything I did in the last few years. But I would sometimes be in a group of people and a liar would walk in. Everybody knows this person's a liar. Everybody knows this person is fake as shit. But this fake person walks in and goes, hey, waves says, hey, what's going on? And this fake person is looking for some drama. They're looking for somebody to play with. They're looking to see what they can get involved in, and what havoc and chaos they can create, what low vibrational shit they can do. And everybody else in the room that I'm in would be like, hey, how you doing? And I would be the only one that go, that's a snake. Fuck you, snake. Fuck you, you fucking lying. Fuck, I'm better than your company. Fuck you. And what I didn't realize was that everybody else in the room, most likely, everyone else in the room knew what that person was. But they knew what I didn't realize, which is when someone like that walks into a room, you don't call them out, you wave. Hey, how you doing? You give fake. Liars don't deserve the truth. Fake does not deserve real. That was it. Because that person will get bored. That person walks in, looks around, their beady little eyes looking for drama, and nobody's giving it to them. All right, well, I'm gonna head out, guys. Bye. And then they'll go cause drama. But if you alert that person, not only will you alert them to the fact that you know that they're a fake piece of demonic trash, that they're garbage level human being, but they're going to go back to the nest and alert the entire snake nest that you can see them for who they are. And they're going to go attack you in the cut. They're going to smear your name. They're going to start some kind of hate campaign, smear campaign. They're going to come at you. You're going to hit from different directions because you dared to call one of these toxic, evil, terrible people out. And that, it was the hardest lesson for me to learn. You just don't call it out. You just, okay, all right. Hi, yeah, okay, see you later. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye. What a good person that is. You got to be that. Fake people don't deserve the real you. Liars do not deserve the truth. Hell, you should be all of the queens. I'm all the kings, and I'm all the queens, and I'm all of the, at any point that I need to be. I try and stay away from that Page of Cups energy. I try and stay away from page energy if I can, but sometimes we need to tap into that inner child. Yeah, I'm a soldier of earth and a soldier of love. I have been the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles, and now I am the King of Cups, and I'm the King of Pentacles. But I also know how to be the King of Swords, and I can definitely be the King of Wands. The King of this is the King of Wands. I do that. I've been doing that online and discovered that energy for myself still when I began YouTube. So you should absolutely embody all of it. Embody it all. Absolutely, Empress Vibes, man. Hail, sister, hail. You're very welcome, my sister. I love you so much. You know I adore you, babe. I got to ask Sporky's podcast if Game of Thrones is based on the flat earth theory. Yeah, you do that. You go ahead and you walk down that. That's two things he loves to talk about. You go right down that rabbit hole with Scotty and you talk to him. Yeah, that's where I'm at. Life Fast 7. That's fucking beautiful, Divine. Hit me up sometime. Hit me up offline. I'd like to see if you have like any, if you're a life coach, let me, I'd love to see your stuff. Let me see your TikTok, your Instagram. That's cool. I'd like to connect with people. Is it possible that when you awaken spiritually, it's possible to sense energy? Absolutely. You're always sensing energy from people. You always are. You don't know it. You don't realize it. You have, the sixth sense is not just a sixth sense. You have a ton of senses. And it is. Everything is energy. You are made of energy. Everything is energy, frequency, vibration. You have been sensing people your whole life. That's where your gut comes from, like your gut instincts, those things. You got that from the narcissist when you were around them and something didn't feel right, when they were love bombing you, or when they started switching from into the triggering devaluation stage. When they started going, they flipped the script. But you were always able to tell and feel that. You could always tell their energetic frequency. Everyone senses energy. Every single person, whether they believe in spirituality, whether they believe in the divine, or they believe in every one of us does, and we all bounce off of one another. It's a level of awareness, most especially for those people who are spiritualists and they go through healing. They've been through a narcissistic abusive relationship, whether it's family dynamic or friend or relationship. When you heal from that, you really start doing the inner work and working on yourself, your mind, your heart, your spirit. When you do that, then you do go through an awakening. You absolutely do. And it's depending on what that person's path is, who they are, what they're meant to be in this life. Then that really depends on, how awakened they're meant to be. Like anyone can be. But when you do the healing work, when you do the inner work, the shadow work, the light work, everything that's involved in healing, you will absolutely get to a point where you begin to awaken different powers in you. And that comes from the healing process. Once you do the shadow work and start recognizing your triggers and your traumas and facing them and overcoming those fears and turning it into wisdom and integrating it into yourself and becoming more authentic, you are naturally going to become more connected with the source and open up your abilities. You're absolutely going to do that. Absolutely. You should do a collective reading tonight. I'm not going to do a reading on this channel. I'll do it on the other channel. It's not that I'm afraid of anything. It's just, it's this, not tonight, not here. Raven Wolf, yes. If you're not already subscribed to Raven Wolf, do it. Yes, that's it. Thank you, sister. Appreciate you. I've been reading the 48 Laws of Power. It's like a narcissist handbook. Is it not? Understanding your enemy. It's like, it's like reading The Art of War. All knowledge is power. All knowledge is power. And you can use it in such a way that it gives you an advantage. The 48 Laws of Power can absolutely give you an advantage. That is a part of your primal self, your dark self. Use it. Not all fake people do not deserve the real you. Liars do not deserve the truth. We live in a world where you should engage in your primal abilities. There's a balance to that. There's a balance. And that's why you have your Kundalini, there's chakra points, your energetic abilities, and what you tap into in every single space. There's a reason for all of that. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to be the priest. Don't be afraid to be the sinner. You know what I mean? Like, you don't be afraid of your light and dark self. You can integrate that and use it at your will. That's what I did, man. I did that a few weeks ago, man. I used all my powers. I used all my power. Aspects of myself, manipulative, dark aspects of myself that I never like to tap into, never want to tap into, but I had to, and I did, and it got me. It got me a win. It got me the win that I needed. It got me into the next level. So, what is up? What's up, Alicia? Good to see you, sweetheart. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to be. I'm going to be the big 30 in March 28th of next year. I wonder what to expect. Well, don't expect it. Walk through it. Don't expect it. Walk through it. And oh God, you know what? Look, Aries. Wait, yeah, okay, Aries. Let me give you a leg up. Right now, be centered, be focused, and be calm, because right now, for the next several days, I believe it's the next several days, you have an incredible power to manifest right now. All right, all the energetic alignments are in place. You've got a square that's going. There's a square or a triune going on right now that gives you some incredible power. So if you're a light worker, all right, you can manifest really well. If you're an illusionist and an evil person, then they're going to create strong illusions. But you have a lot of power happening right now. Don't expect it. Just be it. All right, don't dream it. Be it. Just be it. Adventure with Beth, Life Path 3. I don't know what it means. What life? Well, look it up, Beth. Look. Let me look up Life Path 3. Jesus. All right, hold on. I'm not exactly sure. Life Path 3. Life Path 3. Life Path number 3 is associated with creativity, communication, and optimism. People with this number are often described as charismatic. They have a magnetic personality that draws people in. They are expressive, natural at expressing themselves through writing, art, or conversation. Innovative, they're always looking for new ways to communicate their ideas. Playful, they are known for their wit and ability to make others laugh. Sunny, they have an optimistic outlook on life and approach challenges positively. So that is a quick Google summary of Life Path 3. So I've seen those things in you. That is why we are friends. I love those things in you. It says, I am a true alchemist. Yeah, I had to learn alchemy. I had to learn alchemy over the last, it was part of my healing journey, was learning to be an alchemist. But now I do it at will. I do it at will now. People throw shit at me and I turn it into fertilizer. It's pretty easy. So awesome for you. Awesome for you. Elise says, what does it mean if I see both light and dark? It means you're balanced. It means that you're balanced. You are rooted. And that is a wonderful place to be, Alicia. That is an absolutely wonderful place to be, because you can operate in either. That's what I do. I'm talking to my collective tonight. This is pretty badass. Okay. keeping a balance between like being optimistic but realistic is an aspect of seeing both light and dark, keeping that balance between the two. Balance is so essential because if you are an unhealed person, you can slip into either light and dark, and it can become toxic. Either aspect, either two parts of that duality can be toxic to you. You can slip into a toxic light, for instance, where you are giving yourself over. You have no boundaries. You're giving, codependent, people pleaser type. That's a toxic aspect of light. You can also slip into a darkness that makes you vengeful and hold on to hate. Where you just needed to hold a boundary down, be your primal self, show your teeth, maybe kick, punch a bully in the nose or something. But then you've got to pull back from that resentment. You've got to be able to pull out of that resentment. You've got to go back to that balance and just say, you know what, I forgive you. I walk away and leave it be. So that is wonderful. If you see both light and dark, if you can live in and be both light and dark, that is a wonderful place to be. Balance is essential. Emotional control is very key. Knowing how to ground yourself, knowing how to stay grounded, and also knowing how to uplift yourself out through your crown, see things from a different perspective, be the hanged man. Sometimes you got to be the hanged man. I'm meaning shifting negativity into positivity. That's what I do. That's what I do all the time, sis. And that's what you have to do. That's like being balanced, like Alicia was saying, seeing both light and dark, being able to exist in both light and dark. Shift that negativity into a positive place, because there's a lesson to be learned everywhere. There's always a lesson to be learned everywhere. Seeing the positive perspective, seeing the lesson can get you out of the darkest places. I let them lead me to the next, to the next, so I can burn it. Look, I mean, if you got to, bro, if you bring a flamethrower, all right, and get a few for the rest of us. Off topic, but Snow at 5K, and he's going to live tonight. Come party. Yes, I'm going to stop by and congratulate him. Absolutely, man. Thank you, Cotton. That's awesome. 5K, my brother. Good for him. So much work that he has put into that channel. Good for him. Much love. Let's see. They're terrible when you're at a loss. They're terrible when you're at a loss for words. Yeah. I mean, but some people don't shut up and just let them talk shit. There's that 5K. Yeah, I'm getting off here in a minute. So everyone, if you're interested in some comedy, some puppets, having fun, my friend Snow, give him a shout. Go say hi to him. Go to the store with the xenomorph eggs with a flamethrower. I just said that, didn't I? Yeah. I love this page side because I can tap into my child energy and be creative. Yeah, dig that. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I like going to my inner child sometimes, but I don't want to. The reverse energy of that kind of immaturity is something I try and stay away from. I know where I can get if I go there, and I don't like being that, but absolutely, man. King of Swords, dude, King of Swords energy all day long, right? Yeah, King of Head over Heart, absolutely. All right, let me see. Let's see. As an orphan, I used my spiritual gifts as a child to sense energy and protect myself from harm, and I still am able to read energy even better. That's you turn that. Damn, girl, that's hard. You picked a hard life path, but good for you to have come as far as you have. That shows a lot of strength to be a decent person, an open heart. To be that's congratulations to you. Congratulations to you. You had to have overcome a lot of wounds in order to get to where you are now. And be proud, be confident, be happy, find that balance and be your light self. And be positive in with who you are and how far you've come. Congratulations. That's beautiful. I'm an ascended master. I use everything that I need when I need to. Absolutely, sis. Absolutely. Let's see. What do we do? What we do because we choose to do it. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Sorry. I fumbled over my own tongue there for a second. Let me see. Anything else? A couple more things. That certainly does sound like me. Well, there you go, sweetie. I also saw the other side one time. Actually, the afterlife. It was gray, but there was of other times. where it was heaven, because I definitely saw the in-between. Yeah, man, live in between, bro. Live in the in-between. You will never have a better teacher than life itself. Dig that. Dig that, fat man. Make no mistake, this is no crime. This is nothing we have done that warrants this behavior. These people are just playing cycle. No. Everyone acts according to what they are meant to be. Everyone acts according to what they are meant to be. Evil and light. And there's a whole lot of gray there. But I mean, like, really nasty people, they have a function in this life. And there's also the idea, I just floated out there, that some people chose to live in that low resonance and to not heal and to be that in order to spur others into forward into healing by being a person that could bring them down. You know, I think that there is that aspect to it. In order to achieve Christ consciousness, we must understand all aspects of life and the divine. We must understand all roads, all rivers lead to the ocean. We have to understand all aspects of the experience in order to graduate from the College of Terra. And so I think that has a lot to do with it. But no, nothing really warrants that behavior. Nothing warrants the abuse. Nothing you did warrants the abuse. But the very fact that you place yourself that you resonated in someone like that in order for you to achieve and grow, that meant that you had to heal, and there were things that you had to face. It is what it is. And there is just straight evil out there. There is just straight heartless, terrible evil out there that just does things that are absolutely awful. Like, I don't know how to even philosophize about the things that happen to being people in more savage parts of the world. I don't want to point at any specific point, but more savage areas, parts of communities in the world. Okay, yes, you absolutely. Yep. Yeah, you're getting knowledge in there. Yep. Look that up. They're telling you the truth. That's actually how I teach as a spiritual teacher and life coach, through actual life experiences, challenges, and life lessons. Lead by example, because I've been able to overcome everything. Hail, sister. Hail. Get a hold of me, and get a hold of me on Instagram or TikTok. Let me know that you're divine justice. I'd love to talk to you offline. That's pretty cool. Let's exchange ideas and some energy. Well, guys, I am heading out, and I want to go stop by Snowdub's stream to go give him an alley-oop and a high five, because I've known him since I started, and he's been great. Tomorrow we got Rogue Entertainment coming up. Not sure exactly what the topic's going to be, but it's going to be a fun one. It's going to be a great one. So I just want to say that you guys are awesome. Please remember to support your independent creators out there, whether they are writing books or making comics, whatever the case may be. YouTubers, anyone on a social media platform who's growing and building, make sure to support them, because we don't have an industry to support us. We only have each other, and we rise together. I am Lodonis, Ravenwolf, Dragonstorm, Yasir, and Sage. Hail to my fellow survivors and thrivers from narcissistic abuse. Please remember to wash your hands, wash your ass, be good to each other, yet suffer no fools. My love to y'all. Peace.
The Lord tells me he can get me out of this mess, but he's pretty sure you're fucked.